seen beyond. Active TV, 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 seen beyond.
I can say that Texas, Arizona, two of them are looking really very, very strong. Looking very, very strong. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars in Florida, but the people of Florida, they know I love them and they love me. You know, we just have a automatic bond. Yep.
In Florida, in terms of seniors, are you worried about any slippage there, or do you think?
No, I don't think we're going to have any slippage. I think we're going to have my relationship to seniors. I happen to be a senior. I don't want to say that too loud. There's people that are averaging about 20 years old, but I don't think anything. I think if anything, we're going to do very well. I have seen, and we have seen African American and Hispanic Americans and people in that, and with regard to African American community, I've done more than the president with the Abraham Lincoln, and sometimes there's simple exception of Abraham Lincoln. We give him a lot of credit, right? But I've done any other president in the history of this country for African American black community, and to understand it, criminal justice reform, prison reform, historically black colleges and universities. You look at what we've done, opportunity zones with South Carolina is great. Nobody's done what I've done in terms of the African American community. So, and they're kind of being used for 100 years. I mean, it's been 100 years. So I think we're doing very well there, and I've heard we're doing very well with the Hispanic community. What's that?
You put your own money into your campaign.
Well, you'll Alex. Get plenty of money. I will tell you. And what I did was call up Wall Street, send me $25 million to the head of every fund. That I would have been the king of fundraising if I did that. To do that, you can no longer deal with them. You just can't. So I didn't do that. We could have done it. I could have raised much more money. I mean, Hillary Clinton spent much more than I did. And in this case, when they raise that much money, that means to me they're making deals. And that can happen. So thank you very much. We'll maybe see you later. Have an exciting day. And for you, I just appreciate everything you've all done. We'll see you soon, okay?
Once again, the President of the United States there at his national re-election headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, not far from the White House, just about a 15-minute drive from the White House. He's with his chief of staff, also his secretary there. A couple of questions he was asked by his staff there at headquarters. They asked about Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida. What we can tell you so far, Florida, very important for President Trump, as you know, to stay in the game. If Joe Biden wins Florida, it becomes very difficult, showing Biden still a little bit more. And in Texas, early voting, staggering early vote turnout there. 9 million voters, Trump still a little bit on top there in Texas. We're following, of course, all the key battleground states. He was also asked about the Latino vote. The president, well, I think I'm doing very well with the Hispanic community, which leads us right into what's up next with our ABC News Live special, The Power of Latino Vote. Keep it right here on for continuing coverage of Election Day in America. We will be back at the top of the hour.
international correspondent with thank you so much for streaming us. Here, more than 32 Latinos will be eligible for the upcoming election. 32 million Latinos live over our beautiful country from east to west, north to south, from barrios and the inner city to suburbs, small towns, and the heart. Most Latinos are primarily English language dominant by their strong success. It's so fine.
Get and vote. We'll always have your back, I promise you. So please vote.
Latinos will determine who the President of the United States is.
To let your voices be heard is now. Get ready because we are about to take an in-depth look at Latinos in America, how they came here, their countless struggles, and their enormous contributions, and how all of that can influence how they make votes.
I vote.
I vote.
Yo voto.
I vote.
Yo voto.
I vote.
Yo voto.
Yo voto.
You better vote. Yo voto.
Si se puede con el voto.
America's future, the power of the Latino votes. And now, please join my colleagues, Tom Llamas, Cecilia Vega, and John Quinones from ABC News World Headquarters in New York.
Thanks, Alex, and good evening. We stand here tonight from the most consequential American election in decades. We've seen voting out in record numbers, tens of ballots, a multitude of issuing voters, including America's 32 eligible Latinos.
Ethnic groups in this country and in this election.
Legacy that goes from the Olmecs to the Mayans, whose empires predate the birth of Christ, to the Aztecs and the Incas, whose empires existed and thrived for hundreds of years before the invasion of European settlers. Incan Empire was made up of 12 million people. Today, the most sacred archaeological centers of the Incas is a modern wonder of the world, Machu Picchu. The Taínos and Carib peoples navigated from the coast of South America to the Caribbean islands, named after the Caribs themselves. Once the most numerous indigenous people of the Caribbean, the Taíno population may have reached anywhere between 1 or 2 million at the time of the Spanish conquest in the late 15th century. This quest for land didn't end there. 13 flowers that they named are known to many. The first European language spoken in what is now the United States of America was actually Spanish and not English. The Lord has brought with diseases such as smallpox and measles. He also brought with them one of the worst abuse of mankind, slavery. About 15 times as many African slaves were taken in Spanish and Portuguese colonies than to the U.S. The Spanish Empire would dominate throughout the Western Hemisphere for hundreds of years. Finally, in the 1800s, the majority of Latin America and Puerto Rico, from Mexico, was short-lived thanks to the United States. The U.S. wasn't content with what it had. The U.S. and the president believed was America. Under the promise, the U.S. would recognize all Mexican citizens of their new nation. But the U.S. failed.
Ever before. Number 32 million. With the help of rallies such as those in Arizona, of us
values to friendly TV channels. Both men to both.
Number one, I said when I announced I wanted to restore the soul, but I know it being held. All I meant was restore basic democracy to the White House. We ran it, got the backbone of the country. You all, middle class building. Wall Street didn't build it, the middle class building. And you built the middle class. It's like a clock right now. It's a clock. And the third reason I'm running is what I want to upbeat about today is unite these countries.
We'll have victory. I think the polls are suppression polls, and I think we'll have victory, but only when there's victory. And there's no reason to play games. Yeah, it has been very, a very solid chance of winning here. I don't know what the chances are. I don't know how they rate the chances, but I think we have a very solid chance of winning. I think it's very sad, and part of the is it'll all be in cities, Democrat runs, to be in Chicago, New York, and Portland, and Oakland, and different places, Baltimore, and that's because of weak leadership.
All right, one critical difference in this election is the number of